Since General Muhammadu Buhari died, I've seen a number of people in society mocking him, celebrating his death, and denigrating him for dying in the United Kingdom, saying he did not build hospitals in Nigeria. You see, the problem with Nigeria is not really the government, it's with Nigerians. We do not understand how government works, and that's understandable because after the January 15, 1966 Nzegu Ifeanyi coup, it unleashed decades of military rule in Nigeria, and so we lost understanding of how a democratic government is meant to work. If you look at these countries in the Western Hemisphere, the United Kingdom, the United States, Germany, and then also progressive countries in Asia, India, Japan, Singapore, it is not the government that builds hospitals or runs the private sector. The government is not designed to do that. No country, except you have a socialist or communist country, has a system whereby the government successfully runs the private sector, because governments are not designed to do that. The private sector runs the healthcare sector, even in the United Kingdom. In the United States, that's how it is. In the United Kingdom, you have a health insurance whereby you have a quasi-non-governmental organization that collects taxes. They call it the health tax, and then gives those monies to the private sector. You cannot have a successful public sector run healthcare system. It doesn't work anywhere. And Nigerians are notorious for saying that, okay, Nigeria is an oil-rich country. We make about $36 billion from oil and gas every year. What's our population? About 230 million. If you divide that by our population, you get about maybe $150 per citizen. Where can that take you? From that, the government has to pay civil servants, the military, build schools, build roads. It's not enough. And Nigerians don't pay taxes. We've got one of the lowest tax to GDP ratio in the whole world. Less than 10% of Nigerians pay tax. And then if you consider that in the United Kingdom, if you earn about £50,000, half of that is going into taxes. In the Eurozone area, especially Germany, if you earn about 54,000 euros, half of that is going into taxes. In the United States, if you earn about $84,000, half of that is going into taxes. If you tell that to Nigerians, there's going to be mayhem, riots, protests. But then we want the best healthcare system. We watch movies. Oh, we want systems like that. How is that going to work? We have the National Health Insurance Scheme in Nigeria. Nigerians don't pay to it. Nigerians want to have an accident and then go to a private medical facility and want that doctor to spend millions on their healthcare, and the doctor doesn't do that. They'll say, this man is wicked, because we do not understand how government works. Listen, the government of Nigeria can never, if you bring an angel, they can never, except we become a communist country or a socialist country, and then if we do that, we've got to give up private wealth. All of it is going to go to the government, and I know that Nigerians are not ready for that. So we've got to understand how government works. If we want a thriving healthcare sector, it's going to be the private sector that is going to run it like a business. So either we have a national health insurance scheme that Nigerians pay into, or Nigerians will get private medical health insurance or go to private facilities. Governments cannot do that. Not in America, not in England, not in India, Japan, Singapore, and certainly not in Nigeria. General Muhammadu Buhari, he had a mixed legacy in government, but he wasn't that bad. If you look at it, he built projects that united Nigeria nationally and internationally, like the second Niger Bridge, and then also the Kano-Maradi line. So let us just think deeply before we begin to insult this man even in death. Some people are doing it because they have a grudge with Nigeria, they want to break away from Nigeria. Do not allow them mislead you, because it makes us look like barbarous people when we behave like this. Civilized people don't behave like this. My name is Rena Mokri. Thank you for watching, and may God bless you.